the Ultimate Racing League btcc Touring Car Championship with the League 3 guys. As I say, race 3. This is a 30-minute race. Soft and medium compound tyres must be used in any order. You can start on them on either set. There is a compulsory stop where you have to change tyres. So it's a 30-minute race. So we'll run down the grid. This is a reversed grid. So Neil, who finished first in the second race, is now starting on 13th. We've got Viking Daddy in 12th, Dizzy Rip in 11th. 10th is Sideways George. 9th is Potsy. Biggie on 8th. Slowpoke 7th. Graham 6th. Vexed is 5th. Firepower 4th. Asbo 3rd. Stealth is in 2nd. And Smurf, G Smurf, is on pole position for this one. So if I can get the right screen up, we should get this race underway. As I say, 30-minute race. So let's get these lights out. If I press the right button. Apologies for that. That's a long way, but away we go. So Smurf heading down to the first corner, keeping that first position. This is a very tight corner to get everybody through. Oh, who was that? That looked like Graham making a bit of a lunge there. Bit of a glitch, don't know quite what happened there. So Smurf managing to keep the lead. He's being challenged by Asbo now. Asbo getting on the inside of him for this third turn. Good move by Asbo there. Oh, it looked like Smurf got himself on the sand a little bit. That's allowed stealth through. Smurf manages to stay in third though. He's being challenged by Biggie. We've got Smurf has now gone to 4th. Graham struck to 5th. We've got Firepower in 6th, and that looks like one of the Fridays. Maybe Potsy there getting on the sand. Back on track though. Bit tight through this corkscrew. Firepower's gone. Oh, he's going wide there. I'm not sure if he was trying to stay out of somebody's way. Let's have a look. We're probably 2 or 3 wide into that. Firepower may have been a little bit of nudging, I'm not sure. It looks like Dizzy and Graham, they had a bit of door bashing going on. Graham there getting the move done on Slowpoke. Or has he? No, Slowpoke managed to get himself back in front. So no, it's Neil, not Slowpoke, sorry. I was just looking at the livery there. So Neil moves to 7th, Slowpoke in 6th. 2 teammates there. Just drive side by side and stop everybody else getting by. That's the plan. Although, I think somebody forgot to tell Neil what the plan was. So Neil takes 6th, Slowpoke 7th, Graham 8th. We've got Vexed in 9th. We've got Viking Daddy and Sideways George battling it out for 10th and 11th. All Sideways just touching the sand. We've got Potsy coming up fast behind them. And then we've got Firepower in 13th after that incident at the corkscrew. So we'll go back up through the pack there. Looks like Viking Daddy being challenged by Sideways. All very tight still. Graham and Viking Daddy there going side by side. No, Viking Daddy manages to keep it in front. Let's go on board with Viking Daddy, see what it's like in amongst the thick of it. You can see Vexed in front. He'll be focusing on that, but he'll also have Sideways George in his mirror. You can see Vexed having a look at the inside of Slowpoke there. Vexed and Viking Daddy have had a few good battles over the last week or so, and I'm sure Vexed will want to get Slowpoke out of the way so he can get some distance between himself and Viking. Vexed there trying to go around the outside, now on the inside, he's got the move done. Well done, Vexed. He takes 7th, so Slowpoke now got Viking Daddy all over him. Let's go on board with Slowpoke. Oh, and that's Biggie that's gone off there. Oh, let's come out and have a look at that. So Biggie in the McLaren, he's battling there with Smurf. He's got Neil Farmer, he goes off, he's onto the sand. Dirty tyres. He's side by side there with Neil Farmer. Neil manages to get in front of him. Biggie pushing to keep up. Remember the dirty turn, he's just gone off to the left there, spun back onto the track and tagged Vexed, and that has sent Vexed all over the place. That was very unlucky. Let's have a look at it from Vexed point of view. Oh, he got nowhere to go. Having a chat with Barry R there. That has got to hurt. So unlucky Vex, that's going to put him right down to 13th. Big U started that chaos there, not his fault. As I say, you get yourself on the sand and it's just going to throw you out. And I think Vex has had to retire now. I think his car is just too bashed. He can't get it started again. So, no safety car. Oh, Graham having a bit of a twitch there. So there's no safety car, so the guys carry on racing. So we'll just go up to the top and see what's going on. So we've got Asbo in the lead. He's got a bit of a gap now to Stealth, who is in second. Stealth having a much better race this time round. Stealth on the medium tyres. Oh, we've got Biggie and we've got Smurf at the back there. Neil Farmack just sitting behind the tour room. Let them two battle it out and take advantage of any mistakes either of them make. Smurf doing his best to keep Dizzy behind him. Smurf in that Jag doing a good job so far. Neil having to sit behind Dizzy, as I say, waiting for a mistake. Looks like all the guys are running the medium tyres for this first part of the race. So these three will climb the hill now towards the corkscrew. G Smurf will see Stealth ahead of him. Oh, and Smurf's gone off, he's onto the gravel. Just want to have a look at that one again. As we approach the corkscrew, you've got to get your braking point perfect here, and I think he's just overrun that and he's gone off. I think the pressure there got to him. That's allowed Dizzy and Neil Farmack to go through now. So Dizzy now has Stealth in his sights. We'll just stay with these three for now. Oh, Dizzy having a bit of a moment there, but managing to save it. That's allowed Neil to get up alongside him. Neil's going to have to go the long way round if he wants to take this one. No, he's just dropped back. Yeah, he's just slotted in behind Dizzy now. Letting him know he's there though. Likewise, Dizzy getting ever closer to Stealth, trying to force a mistake, and there it is. Stealth on the gravel. That's going to slow, that's going to cost him. That's allowed Dizzy to get right on his bumper now. Oh, both Dizzy and Neil had a look on the inside there. Dizzy manages to get that move done. Dizzy moves into second, that was a good move. Neil Farmack now has taken Stealth on the outside. Stealth dropping to fourth. Neil will not allow Dizzy to get away from him. Coming up to the corkscrew for the 5th time. Both keeping it tight. Oh no, that's Dizzy taking advantage of the track limits and picking up half-second penalty. That's not going to help his cause at all. Not when you've got the likes of Neil Farmack right on your bumper. That will allow Neil through, I'm sure. Stealth may even be able to take advantage. Let's see. No, Dizzy managing to hold on to 3rd. As I say, he did allow Neil through though. Stealth now has caught right back up with Dizzy. He'll just slot behind him for this first left-hander. Dizzy's got to get his concentration back. He was having a good race. He's had a couple of moments. Oh, he's had another one there. Got on the sand. Surely that's got to let Stealth get closer. We'll just stick with these. Stealth is going to have a look on the inside, see if he can take it. Ooh, bit of a touch there. Both guys still going. I think Stealth just letting him know he's there. So let's just drop back. So we've got Sideways George, we've got Slowpoke, and we've got Potsy and Smurf not too far behind. So let's just see. Sideways George and Slowpoke there coming into the corkscrew. I thought, yeah, Slowpoke there having a bit of a moment. Let's go back. So we've gone into the car. He's had to slam his brakes on there. That's pushed him onto the sand, and that's threw him offline. Managed to stay on the tarmac though, but has cost him a couple of places. We've got Graham now breathing down his neck, although Graham does have a half-second penalty. Again, I'm sure for track limits. Slowpoke just seemed to slow right down and let Graham through then. And Firepower. I wonder if he thought the pit lane was open and realised it's not. We've got another 30 seconds to go before the pit lane opens. Come on, Slowpoke, wake yourself up, switch on. Ooh, Graham getting out of sorts there. That's allowed Slowpoke back through again. As they come round the tight left-hander. Get him ready to turn right. Graham has a look up the inside again. Not quite close enough to get that done. So we'll go on board with Slowpoke and have a look at this. As you can see, we've got Firepower just ahead. Got Graham behind. They'll be wanting to get some distance between them, I'm sure. So we'll go back up through the pack and see what's happening. Firepower on 8th. Not under any real pressure at the minute. We've got Smurf 7th. Potsy is now in 6th. Sideways 5th. He's going to be challenging Stealth. He is challenging Stealth. He has. He's managed to get himself in front there. So Sideways George has taken that 4th spot from Stealth. Take it easy through there, Stealth. Like I say, the Viper very quick on a straight, but very twitchy coming out the corners. Sideways having a great race in the Lexus. Now up to 4th. Then we have Dizzy, Neil and Asbo, 1, 2 and 3. Asbo getting quite a bit of a lead again, in front of Neil now. Although Asbo is on the softs, as you can see. So it's just gone 11 minutes. The pit lane is open, so I suspect we will start to see, yep, Slowpoke's in, Firepower's in. Get rid of those mediums, get the softs on and get back out, although it has dropped the guys down to 11th and 12th. Slowpoke not taking any fuel there. Firepower I think filled up, yes he did. So that Jag is obviously very thirsty, and Firepower worrying about running out of fuel. We've now got Viking Daddy in 10th. He must have made his stop now. He's on racing softs. We've got Biggie 9th. He's on mediums. He's not stopped yet, I don't think. Graham, same again. He's not stopped. Will he be coming in this time? No, it doesn't look like he will. Smurf still on the mediums, as is Potsy, as is Stealth. Both these two guys still on the mediums. Potsy going to be challenging Stealth. Stealth will be conscious of him there, be looking in that rear view mirror. Got one eye on that tarmac, trying to keep on it, and then the other eye in his mirror looking at Potsy, chasing him down. We've got Sideways George still in 4th, looking comfortable at the minute, still on those racing mediums. And then we've got the 3 leaders, Dizzy, Neil and Asbo, although Neil has now closed that gap, as you can see in the distance there. We've got Neil, so Asbo, Neil and Dizzy all choosing to stay out. They're not coming in to change their tyres yet. Sideways George, he's stayed out as well, same as Stealth. They're going to go for the longer stint on these mediums. So, not a lot happening at the minute, so let's go back up and see what's happening with Neil and Asbo, because it does look like, yeah, Neil is definitely closing in on Asbo now, and Asbo would have seen him in his mirrors. We've got just over 15 minutes of this race to go, so there's still plenty of time. I'm sure Neil is aware of that. He will just be sitting there, taking his time, waiting for that moment. Asbo having a good race though so far. Has led for most of it so far, so let's just see if he comes into pit on this lap. No, again choosing to stay out. Neil stayed out, Dizzy stayed out. Sideways George is staying out as well. Looks like most of these guys are going to do at least 16-17 minutes on these tyres. So Potsy desperately trying to get that 5th spot from Stealth. He's going to be putting them under a lot more pressure now as they come down the hill to the first turn. Hard on the brakes, keeping it tight as you can to that left hand side, just touching the curb on the right and then swinging it off to the right. This is where Stealth usually goes looking for sausages. No, he has managed to keep it on the track. Well on Stealth. I don't know, should we call him Sausage Stealth from now on? I think that's a new nickname I think we can go with. Sausage Stealth, I like that. Sideways in 4th. Dizzy Rip 3rd, Neil 2nd. And Asbo still out in the lead. We've now had 16 minutes, pit window shuts at the 20-minute mark, so these guys will need to come in. Neil's decided to come in, I've seen him pull in. It looks like Dizzy's come in as well, so Asbo now out on his own. He will have to make a stop though. Let's have a look. Sideways George has decided to come in and get rid of those mediums as well. Let's see, Potsy's going to come in. Stealth, oh dear Stealth, what's happened there? coming down the bottom of the hill to the left-hander. Oh, he's just got that back wheel onto the sand again. Now, problem is, has he gone past the pit entrance? No, he hasn't. Stealth, I think he'll be glad to get in and get rid of those medium tyres. So Biggie now, he's in 8th. He's going to be able to take a few spots here, I'm sure. We've got everybody else is in the pits now. You can see Graham's come in, Smurf's come in, Viking Daddy's out on the softs, Slowpoke's on the softs in 11th, Firepower in 12th, he's now on the softs. Asbo started on the softs, I believe he started on the softs anyway. He's now way out on his own. A lot of distance between himself and Neil, so surely he's going to have to come in for the pits now. And trouble is, he's going to have to go on to those mediums. Had a good race so far. Yeah, in he comes. So Asbo's going to have to get rid of the softs and put the mediums on. That will then give Neil a bit of an incentive. Neil now running the softs. We know how quick he is. We would have seen that Asbo stopped in at the pits. So Neil just goes through the corkscrew. He's got a left hand and a right hand and then a left. Let's see where this brings him. Let's see where he comes out in relationship to Asbo. So Neil on the home straight now. He's going to be crossing the start finish line. Asbo still in the pit. Surely, yes, Asbo making his way out. You can see on the right there. This is going to be very close. Neil just taking the left-hander. I think he's got the momentum. Asbo can't quite get up to speed, or can he? No, he can't. And Neil just nicks first spot from him. As I say, Neil on the soft tyres, Asbo now on the mediums, and he's going to be under pressure from Dizzy Rip as well. He tried a different strategy, it just didn't quite pay off for him. That was very unlucky. That's called close racing though. As I say, Dizzy Rip now looking at Asbo. Having a look on the outside there, Dizzy, as I say, with the soft tyres. He's going to have better grip as they go through that corkscrew. So it's now Neil, Dizzy, Asbo, 1, 2, 3. And I've got a feeling that Neil and Dizzy will start to pull away. Asbo though under no pressure. Sideways George in 4th there. Ooh, living up to his name there. Getting a little bit sideways, that's allowed Viking Daddy to inch closer. Viking Daddy having a good night tonight in the only Corvette that he shares with Woody. So as we come down to this first turn, then you can see Viking Daddy creeping up behind sideways. He's going to be trying to push him, trying to force a mistake. Potsy there on his own. Bit of a gap in front, quite a decent gap behind, so under no pressure there from Potsy. Graham in 7th. He's got Slowpoke behind him. So Slowpoke will be pushing. As I say, NSX not the quickest in a straight line, but it is quite quick through the turns. You can get on the power nice and early. The Sylvia though, as I say, is quick. I'm not sure if that's the same car that Smoky Tom uses. They might only have the one car as well, I don't know. Perhaps they decided to share it. So anyway, Graham in 7th, holding off Slowpoke. Oh, and Slowpoke's decided he's going to go make some sandcastles there. Let's have a look what's happened. So we've come up the hill, we're heading towards the corkscrew. It's that left-hander, just taking it too quickly. He's off into the gravel, into the sand, and that's going to take a while to get back in and get going. You can see he's lost three spaces there. That's dropped him down to 11th. That's not what he needed. So we'll go up. We've got Biggie in 10th. We've got Firepower in 9th. Firepower having a steady race this time out. Everybody now should have done their pit stop. The pit window is closed. So Firepower now coming under pressure from Biggie. Let's go on board with Firepower. He's got Stealth in front of him. Biggie behind him. As we approach the first left-hander. Oh, you can see how close Biggie got there. He may have even been a bit of a kiss there. Biggie can't quite get close enough to make him. Oh, Firepower having a bit of a twitch there. Just keeping on track. McLaren very quick in a straight line, and you can see him gaining ground. Not the best place for overtakes though, this part of the track. As you get to the top of the hill, there is this little left-hander with one of Stealth's sausages there. If that catches you, your car will be thrown off into the gravel, as Slowpoke's found out on a couple of occasions. So Firepower doing a good job here. He's actually making ground on Stealth as well. So Firepower creeping up to the back of Stealth. Stealth in 8th. Graham 7th now on his own, with a bit of a gap in front and behind. Popsy still having a very lonely race. This seems to be where one of the battles is. It's Viking Daddy and Sideways George. Viking can't quite get close enough to Sideways George to make a move on him yet. We've got just over 5 minutes of this race left. You can see it's starting to get dark now. All the headlights are on, which is going to make the course even trickier, because those sausages tend to disappear in the dark, so you can't see them. So Viking Daddy battling hard to stay in touch with Sideways George. Sideways having a great race in 4th position. You can see Asbo in 3rd, who is dropping further back from Dizzy Rip. Dizzy getting very close to Neil. This is good driving from Dizzy Rip. In the paramedic Ferrari there, he's getting very close to Neil, maybe close enough to have a look and make a move. Dizzy will be desperate to take that first spot away from Neil. He's trying to force a mistake, although I'm not so sure that's going to be fast coming. Although it does only take that 1 split second to get one of your tyres onto the sand. I'm sure Neil is human, he is not a robot. Oh, Dizzy getting a little bit out of sorts there. That's going to allow Neil to pull away. He was getting very close to him as well then. Neil, I'm sure, would have made a bit of a sigh of relief there. We're just going to leave these two for a minute and go down. So Viking Daddy now making a challenge on Asbo. It looks like, yes it did, yes, Sideways George has managed to get by Asbo. Asbo running those racing mediums now. He started on the softs, everybody else started mediums. It was a risky strategy, which unfortunately has not paid off for Asbo. Thing is, you don't try it, you don't know. Viking Daddy having a look at the inside there. Asbo managing to keep his nose in front. Although Viking Daddy is all over him now. Let's go on board with Asbo. You can see the headlights of that Corvette right up behind him. Oh, he's having a look now. I think Viking Daddy's done it. Yes, he has. He's managed to get on the inside there. If he can just keep it in a straight line, yes he can. That was a good move by Viking, although Asbo's fighting back. So Viking Daddy now up into 4th, Asbo 5th, after leading for most of the race. We've got Sideways 3rd, we've got Dizzy 2nd. Neil now opened up quite a decent gap, as we thought he would. So just coming up to the 2 minute mark left. Dizzy now having to contend with a challenge from Sideways George. Sideways having a great race tonight. He'd love to take that 2nd spot away from Dizzy, wouldn't he? I bet Dizzy's sweating in that Ferrari at the minute. He's literally got Sideways all over him. Let's just have another look through the pack to see what's happening. Firepower and Biggie. Firepower coming under a challenge there from Biggie. Biggie trying to force a mistake. Firepower having none of it. So, Biggie lining Firepower up then. Can he get close enough to have a look at this one? Firepower keeping it in the middle of the track, just to the right so he can take the left-hander. Biggie just can't get past him there. Ooh, that was lucky. Biggie could have ended up in the gravel there, so well held. So, let's go back up to our leader, Neil. We're just 30 seconds of this race left. In fact, what we will do is, let's just have a look. So, oh, and Firepower's gone off. What's happened there? He's got to the bottom of the corkscrew. He's taking the left-hander. Biggie's made a challenge. Oh, did he tag it? That looked like a bit of a tag there. It does seem like... Oh, and Biggie's gone off as well. So I do think they did have a bit of a coming together there. I think Biggie may have just accidentally tagged Firepower. It spun him off, but in turn has sent himself off as well. Yeah. Biggie's gone to the left. Firepower's gone to the right. That would have allowed Slowpoke through to 10th. So let's have a look. So we are now coming up to the end of the race. Let's have a look then. So Neil goes through the corkscrew. For the first time he's just lapping Smurf. So we'll stay with Neil as he takes this last left-hander. He'll be seeing the checkered flag. So Neil takes his 3rd win of the night. Well deserved. A good race. Dizzy Rip still battling hard with Sideways George. Oh, he's having a bit of a twitch, but Sideways goes wide as well. It's a drag race to the finish now. So Dizzy takes second, Sideways third, Viking Daddy is going to bring it home in fourth. A flash of the lights from Asbo led most of the way, takes fifth. Quite a distance now, back to Potsy, who's going to be in sixth position. Well done Potsy, he'll bring it home for six. Again a flash of the lights. We've got Graham bringing it home in seventh. He's followed closely by Stealth. And then we've got Slowpoke, Biggie, Firepower and Smurf have all finished. That was race 3. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, give us a like. If you want to see more, as I said before, hit that subscribe button. Check out the other guys' pages as well. Hopefully Idle 4 Gaming will be back next week with a bit of luck. So we can take you through round 4. If not, I will be here. But until then, this is Mark signing out. Catch you later.